Good morning and welcome to BTV, Branson 40 Middle School's weekly news broadcast. My name is Ace, also known as Cupcake.
And I'm Alicia, and today is January 14th. Want to know what's going on in the world?
Here's the week in rap.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's Flocabulary. And we're bringing you the week in rap.
Let's go!
It's F to the L-O, C to the A-B. Back with the week in rap, let's get waved. First, Trump authorized an airstrike in Iraq to kill Iran's top general, and their country was in shock. The Pentagon says the general was planning an attack. Iran struck 2 U.S. bases, their way of getting back. Trump's move took the world by surprise. Will U.S.-Iran tensions continue to rise? Now, let's take off to Japan, where they can't get their population to expand. Their birth rate is at an all-time low, and with their old folks dying, Japan's numbers won't grow. Australian wildfires are out of control. Flames have swallowed millions of acres up whole. Over 1 billion animals are said to have died. There's so much to rebuild when the flames subside. Next up, kudos to Christina Cook, the astronaut who set a new record in the book with the longest space flight ever for a female. 328 days if you want the detail. If you got Spotify to bump all your jams, you won't hear political ads while you dance. That's because they've been banned, well, at least for now, cause the presidential election's about to go down. Last up, highlights from the Golden Globe. Directors Mendes and Tarantino's films got the gold. Awkwafina won Best Actress in a Comedy, the first Asian American woman to win the honor. We can also talk about how many winners mentioned politics and the climate crisis we're entrenched in. Overall, it's been another busy week. Peace out from Frocad, respect the technique.
Enter the shout-out contest for a chance to be featured in a future Week in Rap video. Good luck!
There are just a couple of weeks until our Goodwill Truck fundraiser. Start your spring cleaning early and help fundraise for our schools by saving these items until January 24th and donating them to B40's Goodwill fundraiser.
And don't forget, your donations will help keep nearly 70,000 tons from ending up in local landfills this year and reducing our carbon footprint.
All funds from this event will benefit the 8th grade end of the year field trip.
This announcement will be read both in English and Spanish. This year's Latino Role Model Conference will be on Saturday, February 1st at Cabrillo College's Crocker Theater in Aptos.
Este año, la conferencia de Latinos Modelos va a ser el sábado 1 de febrero en el Crocker Theater de Cabrillo College en Aptos.
In addition to hearing from Latino engineers, writers, scientists, artists, elected leaders, and other professionals, award-winning author Reina Grande will be the keynote speaker.
Además de escuchar de muchos latinos profesionistas, Reina Grande, autora galardonada, va a ser la oradora principal.
Miss Grande's recent book, Distance Between Us, was awarded in the Americas Award for Children and Young Adult Literature. Each student who attends will receive a copy of her book.
El reciente libro de la señora Grande, La distancia entre nosotros, recibió el primer premio de las Américas a la literatura infantil y juvenil. Cada alumno que asista recibirá una copia de este libro.
This bilingual event is free for all students from 6th grade through college and their families, and lunch is included.
Este evento bilingüe es gratuito para todos los alumnos y sus familias desde sexto grado hasta la universidad. El desayuno y el almuerzo están incluidos.
If you would like to know more information about this event or the Reina Grande's memoir, please see Faye Silva Robles in the office or Miss Brooks in the library.
Si desea obtener más información sobre el evento o de Reina Grande, busque a Fe Silva Robles en la oficina o a la señora Brooks en la biblioteca.
In sports news, new sports are starting soon. All gender flag football after school starts next Friday, and everyone is welcome to check out with Coach Castro.
6th grade girls volleyball open gym is Wednesday after school. Come to the gym and give it a try even if you have never played before. We are planning for 2 teams this year, so we need more players.
7th and 8th grade girls volleyball tryouts start next Tuesday after the long weekend.
Wrestling is going on every day after school this week, even on Thursday and Friday, our days off.
Next Tuesday after school is the doctor physical, so bring in $15. A physical is required each year for every student to participate in sports.
And we have some special guests in the state to talk about our great wrestling program. Hello.
Well, you go. Say
Hi, my name is Balam. This is Michael, and this is Lana, and we're here to talk to you guys about wrestling.
So I started wrestling last year. I got into varsity, so that was fun, and I got 4th at finals.
I've pretty much been wrestling like all my life. It's a lot of fun. Come try it out. There's no tryouts, so if you come, you're on the team.
It's my second year wrestling, and last year was really fun. It's like one of my favorite sports, and it's fun because you get to meet new people and have more friends.
You gotta let out your stress
Yeah,
on the other
Get to
person.
know people.
it's fun. Yeah.
Okay, wait a second.
Okay, shout out to my boys Aaron and Isaac.
All right, thank you for coming.
3:15 to 5.
Okay. In library news, the B40 Book Club has been reading this book. The suggested reading by Dave Connis. Turns out everyone should read it. Watch this and reserve your copy ASAP.
Suggested reading is about a girl, Clara, a high school senior, who discovers that the administration of her private high school is quietly banning and disappearing a list of over 50 books. Books like The Hate You Give, Catcher in the Rye, Perks of Being a Wallflower, many of which are her favorites. Instead of letting this slide, Clara saves these books by wrapping them in white paper and starting a library out of her locker. This is a highly illegal move at her school, and before she knows it, this library takes on a life of its own. It is a fantastic book. We have many copies of it. Please come check one out. Our book talk and potluck for suggested reading will be on Thursday, January 23rd. Everyone who reads this book is welcome. See you then.
In club news, today at lunch, the Ukulele Club meets in room 9 and GSA meets in the cooking room. Dating Club also meets in the library, and ASB will meet in the BN at 12:44.
And our fearless leaders are here. Hey.
All right.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
Hello.
how are ya? Happy Tuesday.
Buenos días. ¿Cómo están todos? Estoy muy feliz que están diciendo algunos de los anuncios en español, Alicia. Gracias por eso. Estoy muy feliz y qué magnífico que habla dos idiomas. Qué suerte. Los dos hablan dos, ¿ya? Muy bien. Felicitaciones. Buenos días.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, did we change our policy on cell phones?
No? I see a lot of shaking heads. Not that I'm aware of. No. I
'Cause
think I
some
know.
people think so.
I have been seeing students' parents coming in, picking up phones, and I've seen crying. I've seen
Begging, bartering.
I've seen some
Firstborn.
pretty bad stuff last
Yeah,
couple of days.
anybody,
So
huh?
somebody must think we changed the rule.
No.
Yeah.
We didn't. You still can't have your cell phone out anytime with you during the school day. They go away at the first bell, and they can come out at the last bell of the day, folks. Okay?
What if it's important you need to make a phone call or something?
You can come in the office.
You can call from the office. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
We will
What if you're going to
definitely
be
go.
late to class and you're worried and it's in your pocket, but you don't want to be late? Then what do you do?
You be late.
You'd be late.
You be late. You come to the office. We'll give you a tardy slip if you need to, but you be late. Okay?
Good
Needs
point.
to be put away. Otherwise, we will take it. Okay. Let's get down to some fun. What do you say? Wow, that was popping out.
Go get a cupcake.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Whoa. Bravo.
That was a lot, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Miss Moen caught Sawyer being awesome.
Well done, Sawyer.
What's up, Sawyer?
More hand-friendly jar.
Miss Sandage caught
Jessica.
Jessica being generally awesome.
Right on, Jessica. Good job.
Ace, did you say Miss Moen?
Yeah, it says
Yeah, Miss Moen. We love Miss Moen. I've been seeing Miss Moen around. It's been fantastic. Charlie Cross was caught being generally awesome by Miss Sandage.
Right
Way to
on,
go, Miss
Charlie.
Sandage and
Did you
Charlie.
pull two?
No, that one is not pulled. It just looks like it is.
Well, let's just say it was. Cleo Hugh, Miss Garcia, said that you are focused, honorable, sensible, and generally awesome. Well done, all. Good job. Have a great day, bees.
Hey, it's the produce guy.
Hey, it is the produce guy, and I've had tons of people since last week. Remember Leo was on here, LSAP, he was on here, and he got to choose from these 4 categories, and he kept his buddy Balam in mind, and he said, that guy is going to crush the My Little Pony category, and we got, for an update, Yeah, here he is. The guy, Brony himself. How many of the 5 Little Pony questions did you get correct?
I don't know, like.
You got 1 correct. You got 1 right. All right. But he's not going to, you're going to keep showing up, right?
I'll keep showing up.
It doesn't matter. He loses every time. It doesn't matter, right? You're going to keep showing up? All right, good. All right, get out of here. All right, thanks, Balam. Okay, now, time for the B40 Middle School Produce Extravaganza. Today's contest is called Juggling Citrus. You're either playing for a lime, a lemon, pork, or cupcake. What are you hoping for?
I want a cupcake.
You want cupcake, huh?
Yeah.
I'm hoping for some pork I
Well,
can grill up on my grill.
You're going for pork. You're hoping for cupcake. All right. The correct answer is you're playing for limes, but not just limes. These are delicious. I don't know, make a lime smoothie, I suppose. But it's also one of those times when we give away the always stylish, and doesn't have to be this size. We have lots of sizes and colors. The B40 Produce Extravaganza shirt. And here's how you win. Let's see. How to win. You're going to juggle 3 objects for 1 minute straight. That's it. Now, this has got to be done where I just need a teacher who can verify that you can do this. And the first kid who comes to me with the no, what? Not this thing. But it's got to be 3 objects. It's got to be 1 minute straight, and they have to be heavy, at least as heavy as a hacky sack or one of these. Like if you have a slow moving bag or a scarf, that won't count. What? An apple? You're gonna grill me on all sorts of produce. Apple's heavy enough. Watermelon, all sorts of fruits would work. So at any rate, first one that I get where someone's done it and they verify it, you get the shirt. You're cool, and you're not gonna get scurvy because you got all that citrus. So now here comes my special assistant. It's one of our favorite chemoses. Give it up for, I believe this one's Zoe. Am I correct?
Yeah.
All right, it's Zoe. So Zoe sometimes comes to ASB, so I thought sometimes she's a frequent contributor to ASB. So next week is Spirit Week, so I thought she was a good candidate to help announce these on Tuesday of next week, because you've got a whole bunch of days off, but you'll be back on Tuesday. What are you going to be wearing on Tuesday, Zoe? Pajamas. And you might be thinking, is it okay if I wear my jammies that have a Wookiee on them? Fine. You might be thinking, what about my jammies that are covered with unicorns? Those are fine. Any of these jammies would work. And we're actually going to have a huge buggy up battle on that day. But the rule is you and your partner need to be wearing jammies. And the winning team. What are they winning here, Zoe?
A Hershey's chocolate cream pie.
Holy cow. This thing I just pulled out of the freezer. You and your partner are going to be the proud owners of the Hershey's chocolate cream pie, packing in a grand total of like 2,600 calories. So you'll share it with a whole bunch of people because you want to be healthy. But wear your pajamas on Tuesday and join the buggy up battle. Then on Wednesday, what does it say here?
Color Day. Color
Day. We will be letting you know which color corresponds to which grade level. And there's going to be so many prizes. I know that the Otter Pop Fairy is going to be roaming around giving prizes to people that are dressed appropriately. So it could be you're told, hey, if you're in 6th grade and you're wearing this color, do it on Wednesday. We'll come on BTV next week and announce it. There'll be signs up. And ASB is meeting today, so if you want to weigh in on any of this stuff, show up today. Thursday, what does it say here?
Old Clothes Day or Vintage Day?
Vintage Day or old clothes, that's right. So if you've got somebody you're like, this is what they would have worn in the 40s, 1840s, 1740s, 1940s, really any decade other than this one, right?
1970s.
Yeah. 70s, yeah. So, and then there's going to be some sort of epic event happening that day. ASB is meeting today to decide what that epic event will be. And then on Friday, what's the name of that day? What do we got going on?
Sports gear.
Sports gear. So if you got a jersey, you've got different sports attire, hockey face mask perhaps. No, probably not that. But wear your sports gear, and there's a big sports rally happening in the cafeteria, in the big gym on Friday to celebrate all of our wonderful sports teams, the ones that are finishing up and the ones that are beginning. So, big week of Spirit. Oh, so much spirit. And you're excited about the pie. Am I correct? All right. So ASB meets today. Good luck with your juggling. Yeah. All right. Have a good day. Bye.
And this Monday, we celebrate the life of Martin Luther King Jr., Though he was killed decades ago, his life and message continue to inspire us to live with honor, treat others with respect, and serve our communities.
The first video is showing a brief history about his life, and the second video is a suggestion for ways to honor his legacy of community service and outreach.
"1930s Georgia, the heart of the South. A young boy learns what the world's about. He can't play in parks, those are for whites only. He can't go to many restaurants to see the new movie. That's segregation, it's the law, and that means different schools and areas for whites and blacks. And he has a white friend who on one day says, sorry, but my dad won't let us play. Anger begins to boil under Martin's skin. He feels his dignity crushed by the world that he's living in. But he's not giving in, he's studying, debating, follows his dad's choice of an occupation. Becomes a minister, a leader in the church. And the young Reverend King, he gets to work in Montgomery, Alabama, where Rosa Parks is the spark that ignites the fight for civil rights. She refuses to move to the back of the bus, even though the law says that black people must. She's arrested. This is the act that King needs to stand up and fight for equality. He needs a bus boycott in Montgomery. Black folks refuse to ride and it hurts the economy. See, people might ignore your speeches and songs, but they tend to pay attention when their money is gone. The boycott lasts over a year, making news, and King becomes a leader in the civil rights movement. Civil rights are rights that every person should have, but those rights have been denied to blacks, and that's what Dr. King says.
So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream, that all men are created equal.
King was a leader, so he offered guidance and preached the practice of nonviolence with boycotts, marches, and sit-ins, peacefully protesting to get people to listen. The opposition wasn't peaceful in the least when the local police came with dogs on a leash, and they opened up the fire hose on those in the streets. Americans watched the horror play out on TVs. King remembered what Jesus taught, that the remedy for hate is not hate, but love for your enemy. So he kept on, and in 1963 led the march in Washington, D.C. There he gave his most famous speech, where he told the world, I have a dream of a nation where his children wouldn't be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. This plea resonated in America, and new laws helped break down some barriers then. In 1968, a white man with hatred in his heart and a gun in his hand shot and killed Dr. Martin Luther King. The nation mourned and wondered what the future would bring. The future is now. If King were there with you, would you tell him his dream came true? Cause Dr. King says,
I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Dr. King says,
I have a dream that one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, My country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. When all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and singing the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. If you want to be important, wonderful. If you want to be recognized, wonderful. If you want to be great, wonderful. But recognize that he who is greatest among you shall be your servant. That's a new definition of greatness. By giving that definition of greatness, it means that everybody can be great. Because everybody can serve.
I was one of 4 6-year-old children, girls, to integrate the public school system here in New Orleans in 1960. When I look at the Norman Rockwell painting and I see myself, I always say that the lesson I took away was a lesson that Dr. King tried to teach all of us. And that was that we should never look at a person and judge them by the color of their skin. I crossed a picket line, a mob every day for a whole year. There was a woman there to greet me. She did everything she could to make my day fun. She not only taught me, but she read stories to me. We played games. I knew that if I got past the mob and inside of the building, I was going to have a great day. And it was because of her. So she showed me her heart. And I began to realize that there was no way she was like the people outside. I couldn't judge her the same way. And so I believe at that moment, I learned the lesson that Dr. King died trying to teach us.
My father said an individual has not started to live until he or she can rise above the narrow confines of his or her individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of humanity. He would certainly applaud the fact that our nation has set aside a day where we can become more other-centered rather than self-centered and really focus on the broader concerns of humanity, because that's really the person that he was and the way that he lived. Nothing's insignificant. As you're celebrating the King Day, remember you are important, you're significant, and you have something that you can offer to make humanity a better place.
Thank you guys for watching our show today. It was a really good show. I want to appreciate y'all for watching. Don't forget to be honorable, be sensible, and safe. This is Ace signing out.
Whatever he said.